Welcome to Synthetic Oil Protection. I'm your host Eben, and today we're back at Sergio's at All Imports Auto, and we're going to be doing an oil analysis with the AMSOIL ATF. We got the oil analysis results on the Lexus GS350 after 25,000 miles, and you're going to definitely be excited to see that, so stay tuned. And literally, we're going to see a pan drop. You're going to see that sucker fly. All right, the first thing we do is take off the belly pan. All right, so this is going to be our third fluid drop with this thing. This is, we actually did 2 of them. So here we go. We're going to be getting our sample right now. We got Sergio's the owner. And if you didn't see Serge, he is, Sergio is the guy we did his Volvo. Right over here. So if you didn't see that video, check it out up here in the corner. There we go, all the way, just fill it all the way up. Perfect, we got our sample. Thanks, Serge. Just cap her up, we're good. Throw the cap on her. Give her a wipe. Tighten her up, and that's it. Thank you. Beautiful. And now she's still draining, so the fluid looks really, really good.
Yes, it does.
See how gorgeous that looks. Now we're back after only 25,000. So we did our first pan drop at about 35,000. Then we did it about 20,000 miles later. So that's now 75% of the fluid is AMSOIL. And now this is our third time. So you're looking at 75% AMSOIL right there.
How many miles from the last service you said?
Exactly 25,000.
That's real clean.
Yeah, so that looks amazing. So it'll be really cool to see how the results come back. And this fluid is actually good for double the severe service than OEM. So if you're new to AMSOIL, what makes this different is it's 100% synthetic, has a much higher film strength. It doesn't thicken like the other fluids, and it meets and exceeds all these specifications. So no matter what vehicle you have, as long as it meets that spec, you can run this. And the great thing is it won't void your warranty, and it's made right here in the United States. So you'll actually be supporting Superior, Wisconsin when you try these products. And AMSOIL is actually the very first in synthetics back in 1972. So a lot of people are wondering, what the heck is this AMSOIL stuff? Well, it's the very first in synthetic. All right, we got a million little 10mm bolts coming off real easy, and these bolts aren't tight at all. There it is. It's a Friday. Everybody's completely happy on a Friday. Look how happy he is. And there's, we're gonna just pry her down a little bit. There she blows. That was a quick nut. That sucker popped off good. I think we forgot to leave one bolt on, right?
I left 2 bolts on.
Oh, they popped off.
Yeah, there's one.
Well, there you go. That's a quick way to drop the pan.
Loosened a little too much.
Talk about
There's the other.
all you do is do a pan drop. You guys just saw the pan drop. And now we got our fresh filter right here, and we're going to be dropping our filter. Magnets have very little sludge on them and stuff. Everything looks really good. You can start spraying. Good. Beautiful. And now we're just getting our old gasket off. And as we say on the channel, if it ain't messy, it ain't fun, and if it ain't fun, it ain't messy. That's why the wetter the better. And we got Sergio on the mop over here. He's mopping up the accident. We call it a small splooge accident. Right, Serge?
Yes.
It's natural. Completely natural.
I got mop duty.
Yep. Cleaning up all the messes. Just a little tap, tap, tap-a-roo, and she'll be perfect. All right, we're dropping our filter. We got 4 10mm bolts coming off. And like every good scary movie, the killer always comes back to life. You say, Eben, what do you mean? Well, you're gonna see right now. There's one more good scare when the killer comes back. Boom, right there. The blood flows. Just like a damn scary movie. You see that hand? The hand goes limp like this.
He's dead.
You think the killer's dead, and BOOM! He comes back just like that. Look at that. Look how clean that valve body is. Absolutely gorgeous. Now this sucker gets driven hard out here in Las Vegas. This has 83,000 miles on it, and you see how beautiful it looks. All right, remember to wipe your magnets. Go ahead and wipe it. But as you can see, there's almost nothing here. I mean, there's not much at all. So, all right, and the new filter just pressure fits right up. Nothing special, no special tools. And then all you do is just throw in those 4 10mm bolts, and that's it. It's done. Cleaning our mating surface. That's this area right here. Want to make sure it's all nice and wiped down and clean. And then it's time to slap on the fresh pan. All right, that right there is the rear differential. And if you didn't know, absolutely everything on this vehicle is 100% AMSOIL. We got the rear diff fluid. We got the transmission, the coolant, everything, the motor oil. You can check out all those videos right up here in the playlist. Check them out. And this car in Las Vegas at about, what are we at? 2,600 feet above sea level here in Vegas when it's 80, 90 degrees out. This car is scrubbing off a 5.5 second 0 to 60. I mean, we're gonna go out terrorizing neighborhoods in this mom's car. No, I'm just kidding, but we're gonna go out ripping around in this sucker later. So keep your shoes and socks on. Get ready for the oil analysis results. That's coming up in a minute. And you're gonna hear how beautiful this thing runs. Pan's going up, and a little recap why we're doing this. The filter on this car is so small. It's got this little teeny weeny trans filter, and that little sucker gets full of a lot of particles. And once that sucker gets full, it doesn't shift quite as quick. Now, this car is still shifting way quicker than an OEM car, but it's just not kind of what you'd want if you really are into performance and stuff. So that's why we're coming back in such a short amount of time, about 25,000 miles, and doing this filter and pan drop. And this fluid is a huge upgrade, and I want you to check out a video on this. You can get this in the Easy Pack, or you can get it in the quart bottles. And this is nice because it holds 1,100 pounds. It's not gonna burst on you. If you wanna just squeeze this stuff in, it's awesome. Now, I wanted to mention this. We're gonna show a video comparing this ATF fluid compared to the WS fluid that came in this car. And we did a cold flow test. So if you live somewhere really cold and you want your shifts to be a lot faster, and I mean like 10 times faster when it's cold out, this is what you're gonna want. When it's hot out, it's still about 30% faster shifts, which is crazy. But check out this video clip on this fluid compared to what came in this car. Check it out. AMSOIL versus Lexus WS. Negative 55F, negative 55.2F. Here we go. Wow, absolutely gorgeous. A nice virgin bottle of liquid cherry. Show it to him, Serge. Look at how gorgeous that is, how pure, how clean. That right there is the liquid cherry. So pure, so clean, almost untouchable. You say as good as a dessert? This right here is better than a dessert. Believe it, when you feel those shifts. So we're gonna be putting in about 5 quarts just to be safe. This trans pan holds about 4.7, but once it gets up to temperature, it'll leak a little bit. You kind of let it flow, you'll see that in a second. So we'll just throw in our 5 quarts and we'll be good to go. Beautiful. Absolutely. If you want your car to run longer and stay longer, you're gonna want to put this stuff in your car. That's what this stuff does right here. Amazing. Hey, and if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Go right on ahead and tap the subscribe button right here. And then you're gonna see, and then you'll see this little notification bell. You'll tap that, and then you're gonna hit all notifications. So you're gonna tap this, and you're gonna see none personalized all. You wanna tap all, and that way you'll get a notification every time I publish a new video. That way you can leave a comment on any of my videos within the first 3 hours, and I randomly select people for the end of month giveaway. We give $100 gift cards away, all kinds of stuff. So we'll see you at the last Saturday of the month at the giveaway. This is our standard sealed transmission. That's what they look like. You got that little teeny weeny straw that goes up in there, and that goes right into the pan. So now we're gonna get our fitting attachment, stick it on in there, and then all we do is just pump it in with this hand pump, which we already got the liquid cherry flowing. We got rid of all the old fluid out of the hose. So now we got nice virgin liquid cherry all ready to flow. Here we go. We're gonna start pumping her up. So it's this beautiful pumping action, and he just keeps going until we put in about 4.5 quarts, and then it's gonna overflow once it's full. And then once it starts to overflow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up the car, go through park reverse drive. The torque converter is gonna cycle the fluid, and then once it gets up to a good operating temperature, you let that fluid level off, and you cap her up, and that's it. Here we go. We're gonna go ahead and start her up here. And now that she's started, we got our parking brake on. We don't have to worry about her moving anywhere. And now we're gonna go through park reverse drive. So she's idling. So now we go through reverse. Give her a couple of seconds. Go to drive. And right now it's circulating all the fluid through the torque converter. And now we go a couple of seconds back in reverse. And now we go back to park. And now he's gonna put it back up in the air. And we're gonna top her off. Here we go. Good to go. And bring her back up. Perfect. So now she's getting up to operating temperature, and she's going to get nice and hot. The car is already warm, but you want it at a good hot operating temperature. They have the specific temperature. You can look it up on the lookup guide, but basically operating temperature is good. So we're going to let her level out, and then we're going to cap her off right once she burbles. You'll see she'll start to dribble out. So right now the fluid's nice and hot. And it looks like Sergio got a little money shot.
Yeah.
And that's natural.
Just cleans your hands really good.
And there she blows.
Okay.
Good to cap her off. Awesome. And that's how you know she's full. So you see, we got about half a quart in here, somewhere in there. Let's see. Yeah, about half a quart. So she ended up taking about, I would say about 4.2 quarts, somewhere in there. And that's about right on this pan. So now it's time to go rip around the block. Make sure she's nice and clean. All right, time to go shredding around the block. But first, just wanted to show you the sample, what it looks like. We're gonna be sending it out. And this is our prepaid UPS kit. This is the code right there. All you do is pick up the kit, easy as pie. You got your prepaid bag. This is the bag you throw the sample in. You just throw the sample right in here, throw your sticker on, boom. You go ahead and fill out all the paperwork, takes a couple minutes, and then here's your tracking number, and then you can send this out, keep your tracking code, and then the turnaround time is about 2 or 3 days to get there, 2 or 3 days to come back, and that's pretty much it. And then you get your results emailed to you. So I'm going to be getting those results emailed to me, and then I'll be printing them out so I can show you here in this video. So we'll be back in a couple days, but first let's do this test drive. We got 83,000 miles on this thing, and this car, you can't even hear it run. We do 1 oil change a year on it. This is a good friend's car, and oh my God, that shift was so smooth. Holy cow. Let's see. Wow. That's second gear. Third gear. Wow. Oh my God. This thing's shifting so quick. We'll just get a little tire spin for you just so you can hear it. Here we go. A 3, 2, 1. I mean, it kicked in traction so fast. Amazing. All right, here we go. A 3, 2, 1. Wow. Just speechless. This car at 83,000 miles runs better than a brand new car. Just unreal how smooth it is, how quiet. And I love the Lexuses. They're such good cars. They're solid. They're easy to work on. They're put together well. Just couldn't be more happy with the Lexus. Now for me, for my size, I'm a little crunched in here a little bit. You know, I feel too big for the car. But for a lovely lady's car, I love the sexy Lexus. So enough squawking about it. We're gonna drop off our oil analysis kit and we'll be back with the results. Take a look. Right, here we go. I want you to see how smooth this thing shifts. Under light load. Amazing. Whew. Absolutely gorgeous. So Serge, how's your car running after the engine flush?
My Volvo running great. No problems at all.
Awesome.
Oil clean. I'm gonna drive it to California tonight.
Awesome. So yeah, check out that video of the engine flush we did on Serge's car. Serge is the owner here at All Imports Auto. So if you want to get your fluids changed, Serge will take care of you.
Of course.
That's the man. Check out that video right here. Now for the oil analysis results. Come on in, take a look. We got the beautiful oil analysis results. You'll see all the information and everything came back great. It's perfect fluid condition. These are all our wear metals. These are the biggest concern. Everything's all green and good. And that's just normal friction, like when metal plates rub together, all different stuff like that. You also have friction with clutch packs, different things like that. There's also additive packages that are anti-wear metals right here. Calcium and phosphorus and zinc, and those are in the fluid. This is the viscosity, 5.7 CST at 100 degrees Celsius. And everything else is really good on the fluid. So this shows the most important thing is that you actually change the fluid because the filter gets full. Once that filter gets full, it doesn't circulate through your torque converter as quick. You have those slower, more sluggish shifts, and just such a cool process. But hey, stay tuned. We're gonna be doing the oil analysis on this sucker. This just hit 10,000 miles. Take a look. Take a look at the odometer in there. 52,200 miles. And I got this car with 42,000 miles. And I want you to take a look at what the oil looks like. We'll go right here. Take a look. That's the oil after 10,000 miles right there. And I'll show you what it looks like. So we did our filter change right here at 5,000 miles. We topped it off. It used about 0.3 quart. And right now we're on a little bit of a hill. And I want you to see the oil's coming up almost to the middle. So it looks like it consumed about, I would say, maybe another 0.2 quart. So in 10,000 miles, this car burned about a half a quart of oil, next to nothing. 9 quarts it holds. And we're gonna be seeing the oil analysis results. So definitely check that out right here. That video is here on this car. That's gonna be coming up very soon. We got our oil analysis playlists all up here. And if you wanna subscribe to the channel, tap that here if you want your car to run much longer and stronger, definitely subscribe to the channel. We'll see you back next time right here on synthetic oil protection. Cheers to protection, protection, protection.